Welcome to Tunga online classes. Dear students, you already know that meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissue is divided into two types. One is simple meristematic tissue and complex meristematic tissue. In simple meristematic tissues, it is further divided into three types. One is the parenchyma, cholenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is the living tissue, cholenchyma is the living mechanical tissue, and sclerenchyma is the dead mechanical tissues. All these concepts is completed in the previous class. Today we have switched to the next aspect and starts with the one activity. In this activity, we take a freshly plucked leaf of reo. It's a freshly plucked. It's freshly take up a reo leaf, break it and stretch it by applying the pressure. Break and stretch it by applying the pressure. While breaking it, it stretches it gently so that the small peel or skin like a peel or skin it projects out from a cut. Remove the peel and put it in a petri dish. The petri dish containing water. It's filled with the water. And add a few drops of saffron and stain. Okay, first we take a leaf. For example, imagine this is a leaf. It's a break it and stretch it gently. It's a leaf. Imagine it's a brush it and yes, gently stretch it. It's a peel or a skin-like structure is a projects out from the break. And remove this peel and put it in a petri dish. This is a peel or skin of real root, and then it is transferred to a petri dish. This petri dish containing a water. This is transferred to the petri dish. This petri dish containing a water, and add a few drops of a saffron and stain, and kept for a couple of minutes for staining. Kept for a couple of minutes for staining. After a few minutes, this material it is transferred to a clean slide at the center. At the clean slide at the center, transfer the material and add 1 drop of water and cover the cover slip, avoiding the air bubbles, which are carefully cover the cover slip. And observation. Then it is followed by the observation under a microscope. In the observation, this type of structure you observe. Okay, this is the activity. Okay, what you observe? What you observe? The outermost layer, the outermost cells of in this observation, it is called as a epidermis or epidermal cells. This is called as a epidermis. In the observation, the outermost covering. This is the outermost covering. This outermost covering is called as a epidermis or epidermal cells. Epidermis usually a single layer of cells. Usually the epidermis is made up of a single layer. It's not a double layer. The epidermis is usually generally it is made up of a single layer cells. In some plants, it is living in a dry habitat. It's a very dry habitat. The epidermis is thicker because it prevents the tissue part, or it prevents the plant from the very dry condition. It also prevents the loss of water in a critical condition. The epidermis is made up of a single layer. Some plants it is lived in a very dry habitats. This epidermis is thicker in size this thicker epidermis, it prevent against from the loss of water in a critical. And also the most of the part of the plant, it is covered by the epidermis. The epidermis, it is spread throughout all over the body of the plant. It means all the parts of the plant is covered by the epidermis. The epidermal cells of an aerial tissue often it secretes the waxy material. Okay, this epidermis in the aerial part of the epidermis, it having a waxy material. It secretes a waxy material. A waxy material. It is a water resistance layer. Water resistant layer. It is present outside the epidermis. In the aerial part of the epidermis, some aerial part of the epidermis is often secrete one material. It's chemical. This is called the waxy. This waxy material, it is the water resistant layer of the outer side of the epidermis. It prevents or it protects against from some water losses and mechanical injury and invasion of the bacteria or invasion of the fungi. First one, this waxy material, it protects against from the loss of water. It prevents the loss of water, and also it prevents from the mechanical injury, and also it prevents from the invasion of the fungi. Invasion is attacked by the fungi. It protects from the fungi. This material is called the waxy material. Okay, next one. The shape of the epidermal cells. The shape of the epidermal cells is a flattened. It's a relatively flattened. There is no intercellular spaces between, and it is arranged in a compactly arranged. There is no intercellular spaces are not present in this epidermis. There is no intercellular spaces because of these cells are compactly arranged. And the outer surface, the outer wall and side wall are thicker than the inner wall. This is the outer wall and the side wall are thicker than the inner wall. Okay, and also here one small pores. Here one small pore is present. This is called as a stomata. Here and also in the epidermis of the leaves a small pore. This hole it is called as a stomata. This stomata, it is enclosed by a kidney-shaped structure. This stomata is enclosed by a kidney-shaped structure. This is called as a guard cells. Guard cells. Okay. A small pore or small hole present in this small hole, it is called as a stomata. This stomata, it is enclosed by a kidney-shaped structure. This is called as a guard cells. This guard cells, it is responsible for the exchange of the gases. And also, this stomata or guard cells, it is helpful for the respiration. Respiration takes place through not a respiration, transpiration. Transpiration also takes place by this stomata. So what do you mean by the transpiration? Loss of water in the form of vapor. It is called as a transpiration. Okay, what do you mean by the transpiration? Loss of water. Loss of water in the form of water vapor. Water vapor. The stomata is helpful for the exchange gases. It is responsible for the exchange gases, and also a transpiration takes place through the stomata. What do you mean by the transpiration? Loss of water in the form of water vapor. It is called as a transpiration. Very important. What do you mean by the transpiration? Loss of water in the form of a water vapor. Okay. Next one. Think about which gas is required for the photosynthesis. Think yourself. Which type of gas is required for the photosynthesis? It's the main gas is carbon dioxide. It's important for the photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide is more important for the photosynthesis. But you think oxygen is not important for the photosynthesis. The carbon dioxide is important for the photosynthesis. The oxygen is for the respiration. It's like a animal. It's like animal. The plants also the respiration takes place. The intake of the inhalation of the oxygen and the exhalation of the carbon dioxide. But in the photosynthesis processes, the plants requires a carbon dioxide for their preparation of their own food. And think about the what is the role of a transpiration. It's very important, and it's a assignment for you. What is the role of a transpiration? Okay, the next one. In the root, this is the root. The epidermis of the root having a small, a hair-like structure. This is root. The epidermis of the root having a small, a hair-like structure. This is called as a root hair. This root hair, it increases the surface area for the active absorption. That is this root area. The root hair, it increases the surface area for the absorption. Okay, the epidermis of the root. The root epidermis having a long, a root-like structure, or a hair-like structure. This is called as a root hair. This root hair, it increases the surface area for absorption. Okay, what is the function of the root hair? The absorption of the minerals and water. The function of the root hair, it's absorption, and the absorption of the water and minerals. And also, in some plants, it is grown or it's living as desert area. Desert area, the epidermis, it is made up of some another chemical material. It is called as a suberin. Sorry, it's not a suberin. It's a cutin. Cutin. Okay, the desert some plants are grown. That epidermis, it is also covered by the one chemical material. It's one chemical substance that is called the cutin. This cutin, it prevents the loss of water, because of in the desert it's very dry condition. In that dry condition, the loss of water takes place too much. That's why this cutin, it prevents the loss of water. Okay, next one. Is the outer layer of a tree a differentiate of the outer layer of the branches? Is any difference between the outer layer of the tree and the outer layer of a young stem? Okay, yes, it's a difference takes place. This is a tree. This is bar. How it's formed? or it's a form. As plants grow older, some changes take place in this region. A secondary meristem, a strip of secondary meristem, it replaces the meristematic cells of the tree, the outer layer of the tree. A strip of a secondary meristem, it replaces the meristematic tissue of the cell. The cells are arranged in a compactly. The cells of the outer layer, it's arranged compactly, and it forms a several layers, and it is arranged compactly arranged. There is no intercellular spaces, and also it is covered by the one material that is called as a subarachnoid material. It's another chemical material. This chemical material, it is deposited in the outer surface of the bark, and it forms a bark. This bark, it is very impervious to, or it's impermeable to the gas and the water. The first one, this is the young stem. Here, in this region, a meristematic region. A meristematic region is present when the plants grow older. A strip of a secondary meristem, it replaces this meristematic region. A secondary meristem, a strip of meristem, a secondary meristem, it replaces the primary meristem. Here the cells are cut off. Then it forms a secondary meristems. Several secondary meristems. And these meristems are compactly arranged. There is no intercellular spaces. And also this layer having one chemical substance, this is called as a subarachnoid. This subarachnoid layer, it impervious to the gases and the water. Impervious means it's impermeable to the gases and the water. So the differences between the young stem as well as the bark of a tree. In the young stems, the meristematic tissue is present, but in the bark, the secondary meristematic. How its secondary meristematic is formed? It is replaced by the primary meristem. The secondary meristem is deposited in the lateral side of the tree. It forms a compactly arranged, and there is no intercellular spaces. It is deposited by the chemical substance that is the subarachnoid. This subarachnoid is impervious to the water and the gases. Okay, this is the very important for the 5 mark questions. Stomata. A pore present in the epidermal part of the plant body. This is called stomata. The stomata is covered by it is enclosed by a two kidney shaped structure that is called as the guard cells. This stomata, it is helpful for the exchange of the gases as well as the transpiration. Transpiration means a loss of water in the form of water vapor. It is called as a transpiration. So this is about some activity. Continue what we discussed in the next class. Thank you.